What's up, crypto traders and investors? It's Rod with Pow Group. Welcome back on The Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ Stocks, crypto assets, news, and interviews. Today is Thursday, September 12th. Hope you're doing awesome. In this video, we're going to be discussing some breaking news. Grayscale announced that they'll be launching an XRP trust, and this could pave the way for the very first ever XRP ETF, which I'm super excited about. We started to see the price spike up, and I mentioned to Pow Group private community members to be looking out for news. And we had a post on X from Eleanor Tourette, basically linking to the Grayscale news from Fox Business. So we'll take a look at that article and more in this video. Before we get to it, make sure to smash like. It helps support me in the channel. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, all that good stuff. You'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. As always, this is not financial advice, and I am not a financial advisor. You should never buy or sell anything based on anything that I say or write. You can follow us over on X, formerly Twitter. Handle for that is @GroupPow. And fun fact, they're going to be launching, it's called XTV. It's in beta right now, but it's going to be a competitor to the likes of YouTube and Netflix. So here was the post from Eleanor Tourette. This was probably about 20 minutes ago. You can see here that she posted, "Scoop, Grayscale to launch first U.S. XRP trust, paving way for potential ETF." And as we know, with Bitcoin and Ethereum, this was sort of the way that we initially got to the ETF, right? So the fact that we're going through the same type of playbook, in my opinion, is a great sign. Grayscale is announcing the launch of the U.S.'s first XRP trust, a so-called closed-end fund that will offer accredited investors direct exposure to XRP. So you do have to be accredited. And as you can see, the price started to spike up, and I said watch for some potential news, and that's exactly what we got. So, you can take a look at I'm just going to pause that. And Grayscale to launch first U.S. XRP trust, paving the way for potential ETF. Two of Grayscale's single asset investment trusts, Bitcoin and Ether, have evolved into ETFs this year. So as I mentioned, it's a good precursor to what we could expect in the future. I think we should see an XRP ETF at some point in 2025. They're still wrapping up the case with the SEC, which we know is absolutely asinine. So crypto asset manager Grayscale is taking the first step to launch an XRP exchange-traded fund, Fox Business has learned. On Thursday morning, the company will announce the launch of its U.S.'s first XRP trust, a so-called closed-end fund that will offer accredited investors direct exposure to XRP. The crypto token is the native token and coin that powers the blockchain known as the XRP ledger, which facilitates cross-border transactions of blockchain payments giant Ripple. And we know that, basically it was BlackRock, I think it was. They said, on a news interview, "Are you looking at an XRP ETF?" And they basically said, "I can't comment," right? Larry Fink. So if he wasn't, they'd probably just say no, right? It's like whenever one of the candidates running for presidency said, they asked him, or he said he had an important announcement about Florida MJ, and why would he say that if he was just going to come out and say, "No, I don't support it," right? But if Florida MJ is looking to go adult use in November come elections time, and if he has an announcement, it's probably because he supports it. And sure enough, he supported it. So, the companies like BlackRock that can't talk about XRP, well, it's probably because they're working on a product and an ETF for XRP, right? A trust and an ETF are two very different investment products. So an ETF must be approved by the Securities and Exchange Commission, and an ETF trades on a major exchange, right? And you can trade it all day, every day, right? Since it's marked directly to retail investors, while a trust structure and sales pitch to so-called accredited investors gets a lighter regulatory touch. So again, you have to be accredited. Right, $1 million net worth. You can check what the accreditation status is in your region. It's different in every market. But even so, a trust can become an ETF with the right regulatory approvals. Two of Grayscale's single asset investment trusts, Bitcoin and Ether, have evolved into ETFs this year. So again, this is great to see. We get, again, this is typical, right? This is what they do is the rich get richer, and they get favorability, right? And that's why this whole accredited investor status was created in the first place, was so that, regular, Joe and Jane like myself and probably other people listening to my voice right now, we don't get first dibs essentially, but we can buy XRP. That's why I like crypto and buying it in self-custody and buying it on an exchange, is because we can buy it now and we don't have to wait for these ETFs. So essentially we can front run these accredited investors. We can front run these institutions, and we can just buy it and self-custody it ourselves, right? The company has published an intended 4-phase product lifecycle for its XRP trust, leaving open the possibility of an ETF at some point in the future. So like I said, I think some point in 2025 makes a lot of sense. And we could even see Ripple IPO as well, the company, not XRP, the digital currency, but Ripple, the private company. Could see it go public in 2025, which would be absolutely massive as well. So Grayscale is credited with helping to bring the first crypto ETFs to Wall Street after it sued the SEC last year. And it goes on about BlackRock, Fidelity, WisdomTree launching their own Bitcoin ETFs. The self-proclaimed XRP army retail investors who own XRP token have been waiting for an asset manager like Grayscale or BlackRock to file an application for an XRP ETF following launches of Bitcoin and Ether products, as well as a handful of recent applications for Solana. But again, because it's going through a regulatory gauntlet at the moment, it's no wonder that they're kind of holding off. But one thing to note is that they're still in that legal battle, and they could potentially... So secondary sales, like on exchanges, that's not a security, but institutional sales was deemed violation. So they were going to be hit with a $25 million fine for that. But the SEC now has until the first week of October, so it's October 7th, to file an appeal against a secondary market ruling, which is widely expected to do. But, as more time goes on here, like Ripple could basically, be in the clear here very, very soon if we don't see this appeal by October 7th, right? We don't have that much time left. So if we just take a look at the weeks here, we've got essentially just over 3 weeks, but 3.5 weeks. So it's going to be interesting. We're leading into an election year as well. Rate cuts potentially coming next week, and I think it could be a bigger cut than most people expect, and we could see multiple rate cuts back to back as well. So in the meantime, Grayscale remains confident that XRP in and of itself has potential long-term value for investors. And they say, we believe Grayscale XRP Trust provides investors with exposure to a blockchain solution that is potentially positioned to play a crucial role in optimizing legacy financial systems by streamlining cross-border payments, said Rehane Sharif Askari. That is a difficult name to say. Say that 5 times fast. Grayscale's head of product and research. XRP trades at 54 cents, but hit an all-time high at 384 in 2018 before the SEC's lawsuit against Ripple. And I think, this cycle, I think we could easily see $8 to $12. And we had a nice move up here today, kind of outperforming the rest of the market at the moment. But, anything around this, and I'm not telling you to buy, sell, or hold, but anything around the 50, 60 cent level for XRP, I think is an absolute steal. I think we're going to be going somewhere to around that $8 to $12 this cycle, on the conservative side. And then I think we could go as high as $15 to $20 on the long end. But again, it's wait until we get Ripple IPO. Wait until we get an official XRP ETF, right? The difference is when, Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs launched, it was after almost a 4-year bull market, and Bitcoin's at near all-time highs, right? When the ETFs launched, if they launch a XRP ETF and we're nowhere near all-time highs, like if we're under $1 or somewhere around that, and we're still below all-time highs, whenever XRP gets its first or second or third ETF. Oh man, look out, because there's going to be so much demand. I'll be buying a ton in my TFSA, which is a tax-free savings account. And typically, Canada's been launching ETFs ahead of the US. So I'm hoping at some point next year, or maybe even this year, if we get lucky, we see an XRP ETF launched in Canada. And then I'll be saving my TFSA, my tax-free savings account contribution room in 2025, pretty much all for that XRP purchase in an ETF, and I'll be holding that indefinitely long term, as when you take it out, it's exactly that, it's tax free. So hopefully this helps, and hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, you can smash a like, I would appreciate it. It's Rod with Power Group. Thanks again for joining us in the pursuit of wealth. Hope you have a fantastic day, and we'll see you again on the next video.